They're joining us live and direct from the Newsfirst studios here in Colombo on the eve of Christmas. The countdown begins with 3 more hours left for the dawn of Christmas. A very good evening to all our viewers. I'm Joel Outscoon.
A very good evening. Yes, Joe, with the Christmas spirit, we start off with a look at your headlines tonight.
Over 600,000 affected and 77,000 evacuated as heavy downpours continue. The only politician present at the Security Council during the humanitarian operation apart from me was Ratnasiri Wickramanayake. A statement from the President. Maithripala Sirisena says the people will not be deceived by the election schemes of the government. Not even the dogs at my house will join the government. A statement from Sarath Fonseca. Tensions flare during a demonstration opposite UNP headquarters, Sirikota. Deputy Minister Nishantha Muthuhettigama, a wanted man, but the government magistrate issues warrant.
In your top story tonight, tensions flared opposite the UNP headquarters Sirikota this afternoon. The situation arose during a protest organized by the Patriotic National Movement.
The demonstration was organized under the theme Condemn Ranil and Maithree's rogue agreement to divide the country. While the demonstration was underway outside Sirikota, a group of education professionals were meeting inside the building. Those within the premises protested against the demonstration staged by the Patriotic National Movement. The situation quickly escalated. Police officers and riot police were brought in to quell the situation. The police media spokesperson's office said 2 persons sustained minor injuries which did not require hospitalization. The shrine housing a statue of Lord Buddha at Sirikota was damaged in the incident, while the 3-wheeler and other property was also damaged.
Close to 1,000 people came here and picketed against the agreement signed by Ranil Wickramasinghe and Maithripala Sirisena. The demonstrators demanded that these men should reveal it to the nation if they have not in fact signed such an agreement, to state that they disagree with the contents of this agreement. They need to say so, and that was the innocent demand that was made. There has been no such agreement, and neither has the leader promised to sign such an agreement. At a time when campaigning for the election is underway, the henchmen of Vimal Veerawangsa, the secretary, and that person who works at the engineering corporation were brought here for this demonstration. This trouble was caused by the government. They did this while the police looked on. The president, who speaks of democracy and peace with a flower pot on his head, today placed a rock on top of Lord Buddha's statue. We are in an era where they pelt stones at Lord Buddha.
The police media spokesperson says the Colombo Crimes Division has initiated investigations into the incident and that they are following up on CCTV footage of the incident. At the meeting held at Sirikota with education professionals, opposition politicians responded to what transpired outside.
සම්පූර්ණ බොරු අසත්‍ය ප්‍රකාශ තුළ මේ පරාජය වසාගෙන නැවත නැගිටින්න ගන්න උත්සාහය මම හිතන්නේ මේ රටේ ජනතාවට බොහොම පැහැදිලියි. සාමාන්‍යයෙන්
I believe that this attempt to cover up their defeat and rise again using false statements is exceedingly clear to the people. Usually in politics, they use thuggery and violence when they are staring at defeat. They came here to Sirikota today and did this because they are staring at defeat. This violence, the torching of our stage, the assaults on our supporters, the harassment of those who assist in our campaign are all signs of defeat.
අපේ මෙතුවරු ව්‍යාපාරයට උදව් කරන අයට මොකුත් හිරිහැර කරදර කරන්නේ වාහන වලට හිරිහැර කරන්නේ මේ ප්‍රචණ්ඩත්වය පරාජයක ලක්ෂණ
මෙතෙන්ට අපි කැඳෙව්වේ උගතුන් මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ එව්වේ මැරයන්. ඔන්න ඕකයි ක්‍රමේ වෙනස. උගතුන්ට ගහන්න මැරයන් එව්වා.
We called learned people to this place, while Mahinda Rajapaksa brought thugs. That is the difference between our systems. They sent thugs to beat up learned people. There was nothing else happening within this hall or this building, was there? Who else were they trying to threaten? That is the change. Will the educated govern the country, or will thugs govern the country? Every family wants a good education for their children. Will we protect that, or will we destroy it? Now we can say that President Mahinda Rajapaksa is the enemy of the educated. He has become a demon to the educated people. Would he have done this if not?
ජනාධිපතිතුමා උගතුන්ගේ අතුරු කියලා අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන්. උගත්කමේ මායя බවට පත් වෙලා තියෙනවා. නැත්තම් මෙහෙම වැඩ කරන්නේ නැහැනේ.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa says he has always given priority to serving the country. He made this statement at a rally held in Maharagama.
Several public rallies were organized in Maharagama and Homagama today to muster support for President Mahinda Rajapaksa ahead of the forthcoming presidential poll. The president who attended the meetings also attended a youth committee meeting in Delkanda. President Rajapaksa was welcomed by popular cricketer Tilakaratne Dilshan to the meeting organized by the Youth with Dilshan Foundation. Subsequently, the head of state addressed a public meeting organized near the Maharagama bus stand.
මට තීන්දුව කරන්න තිබුණේ පරණ ෆයිල් හොය
The decision I had to take was not whether I should go looking into past files, acts of corruption, thievery and all other dirt. The people voted for me to end the war. So I gave priority to that. I gave priority to working for the country.
ඒට ප්‍රමුඛත්වයක් දුන්නා. මම රටේ වැඩ කරන්න ප්‍රමුඛත්වයක් දුන්නා.
Meanwhile, the president visited several temples in the area and obtained blessings. President Rajapaksa initially visited the Undurugoda Raja Mahaviharaya in Udugahapattuwa, Homagama. Later, the president visited the Sri Punya Vardhana Rama Viharaya in Dehiwala. The Mahasangha then chanted Pirit and blessed the president.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa, speaking at a rally held in Ingiriya yesterday, said that during the humanitarian operation, the only politician who was part of the Security Council, apart from the President himself, was Senior Minister Ratnasiri Wickramanayake.
A public meeting convened by Parliamentarian Vidura Wickramanayake, Senior Minister Ratnasiri Wickramanayake, along with several other party representatives to muster support to the President, was held in Ingiriya yesterday. When the problems were being solved, the only politician who came forth to the Security Council was me. Apart from me, it was only the former Prime Minister Ratnasiri Wickramanayake. No one else came. We did not get them to come. If not, some will now say this and that. After the conclusion of that task, we came forward with development work on behalf of the public. We made harbours. We had to do it with the construction of airports, the launch of Lanka airplanes. When I was returning from England in 2007, Sri Lankan Airlines, our national carrier, only offered me one ticket. The president of the country could not take a single bodyguard on board. They say it belongs to Sri Lanka. That is why I had to form Lanka. That is why I had to allocate funds and purchase that airline. President Rajapaksa, who met the public after the meeting, engaged in a cordial dialogue.
Speaking in Malabar yesterday, New Democratic Front presidential candidate Maithripala Sirisena said the people would not be deceived by the government's election schemes.
This joint opposition rally had been organised by the UNP Kaduwala electorate organiser MP Sujiva Senasinghe. Parliament was intimidated. All the ministers and all the leaders in the alliance were intimidated. Their mouths were shut. These Samasamaja and communist leaders think they are revolutionaries, but they protect this corrupt regime. I am saddened. The revenue of the Inland Revenue Department and the Excise Department went to a single family. They have not only disestablished the country, they are destroying it piece by piece. Whenever we speak of poverty afflicting the nation, they said we would do something at election time. Within a few days, ships will bring container loads of watches, saris, mobile phones and bicycles. Take all of it. Take even the sacred robes. Take it all and cast your vote for the swan on the 8th of January to ensure the freedom and democracy of the people and to sweep away this cartel of rogues from the country. He says he hasn't given a single bar license. We wish to ask if there has been a reduction in the bars at every junction. Is this a Buddhist government? I wish to say to you that within 2 weeks of Maithripala Sirisena coming into power, he will tear up both the casino agreements that were adopted by Mahinda Rajapaksa. If you have purchased any type of gold jewelry in the past 10 years, then raise your hands and show the President that this is the situation in the country. The loss in the Lanka company was 35 billion last year. It was 29 billion the year before. 125 billion has been lost in 5 years. If all of that is stopped, the whole country can be fed for 400 years. My friends, not a single job has been created for the people through the Hambantota port, the Matala airport, the Trincomalee jetty, the Norotchole power plant, the Sampur power plant, the Lotus Tower, the Lotus lamp or whatever else they have built. We appeal for your fullest strength to chase out these rogues. In the past, we heard that SWRD Bandaranayaka sold 1,000 acres of coconut cultivations to build that party. The current ruler will sell the party's respect and take 1,000 acres of coconut estates. I would rather commit suicide than go within range of that sinful leader. I give you that promise. Not even the dog in my house will go near that person. We have no personal gripes. We have not come here for hateful politics, just as the President says. He has a saloon door, and he is the barber who has to cut the hair of everyone who comes and goes. He said anyone could come and anyone could leave. If we are to implement a different political system and usher in a new political culture, we cannot do it with swinging doors.
I'm happy, and the people of Colombo district are happy that they made me first. The people of Colombo district would have been stranded if they had by chance made that frog Gammampilla who wears the national dress and carries around a flower pot to spinelessly collect money from them. He even asked for 100 rupees. It is shameful. Are these men? It is a shame. Being only 26 years old, I had the spine that they do not to come and stand here.
Meanwhile, a rally was also held in Pattiwala, Kalaniya yesterday to muster support for Maithripala Sirisena.
අපි පොදු විපක්ෂයක් හදලා අපේ පැත්තට ගත්තේ මෛත්‍රීපාල කියන හංසයා මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ අපේ පූජා කරුවේ ඉස්ස කියන ඉස්ස
and he sacrificed a prawn known as pissa to
අද කාන්තාවන් සමන්ගේ ළමයින් එක්ක ගඟට පැමිණෙන යුගයක ඇයි මේ මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ එක පාරේ
given the people an election
ජනතාවගේ මුදල් කෝටි ගාණක් වියදම් කළා
called for this election because
අනවශ්‍ය මැතිවරණයක් දීලා තියෙනවා. එතුමාගේ බලතලවලින් එතුමාගේ පවුල පෝෂණය කරන්න පුළුවන් නිසා තමයි අදිසියෙම ජනාධිපතිවරණයක් කැඳෙන්නේ. මේ ජනාධිපතිවරණයේදී අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම එතුමා පරදිනවාමයි.
Welcome back to the news. 53 main reservoirs are overflowing while the water levels of 73 main reservoirs are rising rapidly as heavy showers continue to lash the island. According to the Disaster Management Centre, 574,727 people have been affected by the extreme weather. 3 lives have been lost while 2 injuries have been reported.
.341 people displaced by floods in Anuradhapura are still confined to a temporary shelter at the Mahinda Model Primary School. The environs of the Malwat Oya in Anuradhapura are still underwater. A large swath of the Anuradhapura sacred grounds has been submerged. The Mahavali River broke its banks, inundating the Colombo-Batikula Road in Galalla, Polonnaruwa. According to our reporter on location, 2 spill gates of the Parakrama Samudra have been opened by a foot each. Heavy showers lashed the Badulla district today as well. Meanwhile, our correspondent in Badulla says that a cave-in occurred on the Badulla Bandaravela road opposite the Pinnaraba cooperative store. A house on the Badulla Taldan road is at risk after a cut failure above the 7th mile post. The left bank of the spillway of the Kaudula reservoir has become dangerously unstable, prompting irrigation department officials to take steps to repair the wall. 14,257 people in the Polonnaruwa district have been affected by the deluge. The TMC says 39 camps have been set up to shelter the displaced. All 10 spill gates of the Kantale reservoir have been opened completely as the reservoir continues to unleash a barrage of water. Our reporter at the scene says the persisting downpours have severely affected people in Kantale, Wanala, Kotankadua, Rajaela, Agbopura and Peramadua. The Mahavali protective dike built to protect the village of Suryapura was also rendered structurally unsound, prompting urgent repairs. Residents claim that there is a risk of the dike giving way. Shops and houses in Sigiriya were inundated as the Mahadeva began to overflow. About 15 homes were submerged in Migas Handya Galgamua when the Palukudawa tank began to overflow. The Migas Standard Cornwell Road too was underwater. Part of the Sri Velvanarama Vihara in Moretota Valimada in Badulla has also been affected by a landslide. A temporary bridge constructed to provide access from the Haliala town to the Haliala railway station was washed away by the roaring currents of the Badulu Oya today. The temporary bridge was constructed after the main bridge was also washed away by the currents of the Badulu Oya. 20 spill gates of the Rajangane Reservoir have been opened, while 2 spill gates of the Angamo Reservoir in Anuradhapura have also been opened. The Disaster Management Centre says a total of 77,331 at-risk people in several districts have been evacuated.
Now, the Disaster Management Centre announced that the landslide warning that was issued to Kandy, Nuwara, Matale and Badula yesterday is still in effect. The weekly funds provided by the government to distribute dry rations to the affected persons has also been increased. This decision had been taken at a special meeting that was convened this morning at Temple Trees, presided by President Mahinda Rajapaksa. This meeting was held to inquire into the progress of the effort undertaken by the government to assist the victims of the adverse weather. The President's Media Unit announced that the weekly sum of 801 rupees provided to one family has been increased to 1,500 rupees.
Shots were fired at a platform in Vallampitiya, which was set for a meeting today organised in support of presidential candidate of the New Democratic Front, Maithripala Sirisena. According to the police, the shooter had used an automatic firearm. The meeting was organised by the United National Party organiser of the Kulonnavu electorate, Western Provincial Councillor S.M. Marika.
Several party supporters were decorating the platform until late last night for the meeting, which was scheduled to be held at the Umagilya grounds in Kulonnavu today. It was at that time that sounds of gunfire were heard from the area.
I heard a knock on the door, but I didn't open it. Then I came out with a pole and saw a white van parked close to the turn-off to the church. They were dressed in striped t-shirts and shorts. They left, and then later that night, 3 gunshots were fired here. After those shots were fired, they went and fired at the stage.
An
armed group arrived in 3 vehicles at the Umagilya grounds at around 11:30 last night while our supporters were decorating the area. They fired shots at the stage and into the air while the police were watching. And those police officers did nothing whatsoever against it. Defenders with no number plates drive by my house blaring their horns. I get various phone calls. They are trying to suppress the dark shadow of defeat with violent oppression. So we need to ask the police and the elections commissioner, where is the so-called free and fair election? Where is the equal opportunity? And where is the guarantee of safety for everyone?
Meanwhile, police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rohana said that disciplinary action has been taken against the police officers who were on duty there at the time of the shooting.
2 teams are conducting investigations into this incident. We have received information regarding the vehicles the suspects travelled in. So the suspects and the vehicles will inevitably be taken into police custody. Investigations have also revealed that there was a police patrol unit at the location and that the officers on duty had not carried out their duty. Thereby, the sub-inspector and the constable who were in charge of that mobile unit were interdicted with immediate effect this evening.
Meanwhile, addressing the media today, JHU General Secretary Partili Champika Ranavika said that factions in the ruling party are using various methods to sabotage the campaign of Maithripala Sirisena.
As we approach the final 2 weeks of the presidential elections, we are at a moment where the public, despite the various disruptions, are drawing closer towards the campaign of Maithripala Sirisena. Seeing this, the camp of President Mahinda Rajapaksa is beginning to panic. So because of this, they are launching attacks to instill fear in the people. We have received substantive information that former members of the security forces have been appointed to various electorates in the Colombo district. We just want to tell the people that attempts made to attack party officers, destroy platforms and attempts to spread fear and suspicion all represent the pangs of defeat.
The Badegama Chief Magistrate ordered the Inspector General of Police today to arrest Deputy Minister Nishantha Muthu Hettigama and produce him in court. The Deputy Minister is accused of abducting 3 suspects who are being detained by the Wanduraba police.
The police recently arrested 3 aides of Deputy Minister Nishantha Muthuhettigama on suspicion of involvement in the attack on a stage erected in Wanduraba, Galle, to host a campaign rally of presidential candidate Maithripala Sirisena. Subsequently, 3 of the Deputy Minister's bodyguards were also arrested on the charges of abducting the 3 suspects in police custody. The bodyguards were produced in court today and were released on sureties of 100,000 rupees each by the Baddegama Chief Magistrate. The Chief Magistrate also issued a warrant ordering that Muthuhettigama be arrested and produced in court. While the hearing was underway, Muthuhettigama was seen on the main road opposite the court complex.
A warrant was issued and the order was given to the IGP and not only the DIG. At the next hearing, we hope to bring the Honourable Deputy Minister and the other suspects to court and secure bail.
Meanwhile, the mayor of Hambantota, Iraj Ravindra Fernando, who was remanded on charges of attacking the street drama crew performing the Vidya Virodaya program and assaulting the opposition leader of the municipal council, has been released on bail. The mayor was granted bail when he was produced before the acting district magistrate. The magistrate ordered that the suspect be released on bonds of 200,000 rupees each, signed by 2 public sector employees. The 4 other suspects in the incident were also produced in court by the police today and were released on sureties of 200,000 rupees each. A procession had been organized in the Hambantota town to welcome the mayor following his departure from court.
I should be the plaintiff in this case, and the street drama crew which engaged in sabotageous acts should be the defendants. They became the plaintiffs and I have become the defendant. We the people of Hambantota are prepared to go to prison every day for His Excellency President Mahinda Rajapaksa and all the other Rajapaksas who are making Hambantota a wondrous city.
Minister Jonathan Fernando has challenged critics from the opposition who raise allegations on crime and fraud to come forward for a debate.
We challenge these gentlemen who say that we have stolen from various projects and the expressways. We will send the relevant officials. Hold a debate and prove that such thievery has taken place. They cannot just make up estimates. Estimates are prepared by public officials. How did Fonseca contest? I am the one who won the war, not Mahinda, so vote for me. How did Ranil contest? I am the one who introduced the Education Act. I introduced the Education Administrative Service. How did Premadasa contest? I built houses for the people of the country. How did J.R. Jayawardena contest? Is there a head of state in this country who has campaigned on a platform of things they were unable to do?
Still in local news, a challenge was posed to Minister S.P. Dissanayake today by a group of members of the Udunuwara Pradeshiya Sabha.
Now he has no place to go. It is uncertain as to how much longer he has in the Udunuwara electorate because he has gradually realized his own defeat. They all know this and now they are afraid. They know that defeat is not far away. We say to him that this time the UNP will triumph from the Udunuwara electorate with a majority of 10,000 votes. He has put up posters saying that the whole of Udunuwara is for Mahinda Rajapaksa. However, he and everyone in the country were able to see their actual support on the day of the meeting in Gelioya.
Still to come on the news tonight. Belgian Prime Minister faces the fast food artillery. More details at 9 tonight on the international desk.
Now, supporters of Maithripala Sirisena accused the government of depriving public from receiving 700 billion rupees in the year 2013. Representatives of the opposition expressed these views during a media briefing held in Colombo to explain the shortcomings of the current economic system and the future plan of the opposition.
Representatives noted that after their election victory, the economic activities will be initiated following the issuance of a new budget in January. Nearly 45% of the GDP was given as income for the families by the former governments. Today, this has been reduced to 35%. We notice 700 billion rupees has not been given to the public. What is that 700 billion rupees? Where is that 700 billion rupees? Economic specialists of Mahinda Rajapaksa should provide answers for these questions. Citizens of the country know that this 700 billion rupees is the amount that has been stolen from the nation.
ඒ බිලියන 700 තමයි ජාතික මංකොල්ලය. මහ බැංකුවෙන් ඇහුවොත් එහෙමත් නැත්නම්
If we inquire from the central bank or the financial ministry whose money is this, who gave this money, where is this coming from, no one will answer. This is what we call round tipping. That is the stolen money that is given to us again as loans. What happens then? A handful of people are making excessive profits under the guise of development. This is what we want to break away from.
ඔන්න විෂම චක්‍රය තමයි අපිට කඩන්න අවශ්‍ය වෙලා තියෙන්නේ.
Speaking in Udugampala yesterday, United People's Freedom Alliance parliamentarian Namal Rajapaksa responded to several allegations which were levelled on the political platform over the past few days.
When the elections draw closer, they start to sling mud at us. However, I went home and asked my younger brother where his horse was. But just for the sake of it, I checked whether even a donkey has been tied up somewhere around, let alone a horse. These are just lies. Even a random horse that you see in Noora Elia will hide for the slightest thing. And they will say that even that horse is either Namal's or his brother's. They charge that we got down helicopters. We aren't hiding these helicopters inside our house. Apparently my slippers cost 150,000 rupees. So these are their policies. They don't address the issues of the youth or the upliftment of the country. Their policies destroy the character of a person. But we are more than used to it now.
A group including the Chief Minister of the Western Province, Prasanna Ranatunga, also addressed this meeting held in Udugampala, Gampaha.
They speak of nepotism. Take a look at the countries in Asia, the Gandhi family. This kind of politics is common even in Pakistan, Indonesia, and in the history of Sri Lanka. Those who enter politics stay in it. If that is the case, even the Ranatungas cannot do politics like this. Because after Reggie Ranatunga, I took over the Minwangala electorate. And now Guan Ranatunga is also working with me. But none of us got here through chits. There is a sense of oneness in the country today, and that is all we talk about. Brothers and sisters, we call our mothers our mother. I am the only child in the family, but I call her our mother. I call my father our father. Why do we say this? Because it is embedded in our hearts. But what these people are trying to do is to get rid of this oneness.
Now, the UNP Deputy Leader Sajid Premadasa says that the incident in Wanduraba provides sufficient grounds for the people to decide on the future of the country. He made this statement at a rally held yesterday.
The rally was held in Pannegamuwa, Tissa Maharama.
මෛත්‍රීපාල සිරිසේන මැතිතුමා වඳුරම ප්‍රදේශයේ රැස්වීමක් පවත්වන්නට යනකොට වේදිකාව ගිනිබත් කරා. පොලිසිය ක්‍රියාත්මක වුණා.
They set fire to the station Wanduraba, where Maitripala Sirisena was to address a campaign rally. The police enforced the law, and several suspects in connection with the incident were brought to the police station through the actions of the OIC. What happened? The politico who was behind the incident and his henchmen came to the police station and forcibly released the suspects who were in remand custody. What do you think this says about good governance in our country? What does this say about the path the country is on? What does it say about how the law is enforced in the country? What happened thereafter? The OIC of the Wanduraba police made a historic decision. He resigned from his job. This incident is sufficient grounds for the people of this country to take a decision on the future of their nation.
ඓතිහාසික තීන්දුවක් ගන්නවා. එතුමා රැකියාවෙන් ඉල්ලාස් වෙනවා. මේ සිද්ධියම ඇති රටේ ජනතාවට රටේ අනාගතය පිළිබඳව තීන්දුවක් ගන්න.
Parliamentarian Sujiva Senusinghe states that the alliance surrounding presidential candidate Maitripala Sirisena is truly dedicated towards safeguarding democracy. He made this statement referring to an incident that occurred at a media briefing held in Colombo today.
UPFA Councillor of the Dehiwala Mount Lavinia Municipal Council, Savitra Ramani Silva, attended the press briefing claiming to pledge support to Maithripala Sirisena. Yet, he expressed these views in his address. I am not a person who preys on the hand that fed me. I am entirely a member of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. I will not pledge my support to this party. This party is more or less a group assembled to seek revenge. No one in this party has come forward for love of the country, nor for love of the people. I came here because this is the most suitable place, because the whole country will be watching. A person obtains nothing here. I am saying this because of what I witnessed here, because this is singularly based on seeking revenge from the one who ended the war. We don't have to betray anyone before the state. For me, I am expecting anything. What do you mean? I am for the president today and tomorrow. You go ahead with a decision of your choice.
හරි මේ පුටුවත් වැටුවා මම මේ සුතිය මේ පොඩ එතකොට යන්න දෙන්න ලස්සනට එතකොට නෑ එක්කරන යන්න පල්ලයට එක්කරන ගිහිලා කේක් කෑල්ලක් දීලා තේ එකක් දීලා ඒක තමයි ප්‍රජාතන්ත්‍රවාදය කියලා කියන්නේ. අපි එතකොට කතා කරන්න කොහොම නැවතුෙත් නෑනේ. එතකොට ඔබතුමාට ඕන තරම් ප්‍රශ්න අහන්නත් මම දුන්නා.
Now that is democracy. I didn't interrupt when the gentleman was speaking. I considered ample opportunity for questioning the gentleman. He came here to say something. Instead, he has been sent here to scold us. There is a paper in which he wrote. I don't know where it is. He had left that paper behind. They would have told him what to say and sent him here. The president's democracy has fallen to this level. Today he has been degraded to such base acts using 3 innocents. Since we are with Maithripala Sirisena, we will not attack them. Nothing of that sort happens here. But as you said, if he had said this at Dali Road, he would have been stripped and thrown out.
Now, the leader of the Ceylon Workers' Congress, Mr. Arumugam Thondaman, has quashed rumours that his party will be switching allegiances ahead of the presidential election. He made this statement at a media briefing convened in Hatton today.
There have been some rumours saying that I will be going away to India in a couple of days and the decision of the Ceylon Workers' Congress will change. But I am here to clarify, there will be no change in the decision of the Ceylon Workers' Congress. The Ceylon Workers' Congress is standing by President Rajapaksa and will stand by and will always stick to the decision taken by the party. People spoke to me, but I told them we have already, CWC is standing by President Rajapaksa and there is no change in our decision.
Several political representatives pledged their support to different presidential candidates today.
North Central Provincial Councillor P.B. Disanayaka and 12 Pradeshya Sabha members pledged their support to Maithripala Sirisena today. 5 members of the Sitawaka Pradeshya Sabha, including its deputy chairman, joined hands with Maithripala Sirisena today. Meanwhile, deputy leader of the All Ceylon Makkal Congress, M.A. Sahid, pledged his support to President Mahinda Rajapaksa.
In sports news, the much-awaited election of the office bearers for the Badminton Association of Sri Lanka has been fixed for the 26th of January. Speaking to Sports First, the president of the Badminton Association, Suraj Tandenia, confirmed the date for the election. The election of the office bearers of the domestic badminton body, which led to much controversy, was set to be held on the 12th. However, this was stopped with the intervention of the National Olympic Committee and the Ministry of Sports. Suraj Tandeni said that at the extraordinary general meeting which was convened yesterday, it was decided to hold the election on the 26th of January. He added that nominations will not be called afresh and the nominations submitted for the election that was scheduled to take place on the 12th will be valid.